Reveille, reveille. All hands heave out. Reveille.
Good morning, guys. It's Saturday morning. It's about 6:30 a.m. and I'm about to go and release the chickens. I've already had my first cup of coffee, but I'm working on a second cup of coffee. I've been up since 4:30 editing a video, my last video. And yeah, it's time to go out and let the chickens loose. But I'm gonna take a little bit of water out there and some feed. Now this is the last few weeks that I'm gonna be using the 20% chick starter grower feed, because at the end of this month I'm going to switch over to the 16% layer pellets. Yeah, it is recommended that at about the 4-month mark you switch over to layer feed. You know, the coop has 2 roost bars, but they only choose the top roosting bar, all of them. I don't know what it is about the top one, and they won't use the second one, the lower one. Oh yeah, they're looking at me. I can see them through the window. All right, so let's turn this little doohickey off. And today I'm gonna take out this second fencing. Let them go in this area, and I think they're big enough. They won't fit through the holes anymore. Well, we'll test it today. All wings on deck. So I have 2 feeders and 2 waterers. I keep one of each inside and one outside. This is a smaller feeder that I hang here. And the other one I filled last night. Here they are, second feeder and waterer. Now that feeder has enough that I put in last night. Then this water, I'm gonna go ahead and change the water and fill it up. They're watching me because I forgot to bring the scratch this morning, but I'll get it in a few seconds. I think they're mad. Yeah. I didn't bring their scratch feed or their snack. So, all right. Give me a second, guys. They're keeping an eye on me. They're like thinking, what happened this morning? But they're inside drinking water and eating from the other feeder. This is a temporary run that I built last month. I'm gonna keep it here for now. At least it has this cover here where they can get away from the sun, and I can put the second feeder and waterer in there because they're gonna spend every day outside. and it's just kind of like a backup. Look at them, they follow me to the gate. They expect that scratch feed. I'll be back in a second. Oh, and by the way, those mini bikes yesterday, they were a super hit. The kids loved them. There we go, snack time. Are they waiting for me at the gate? Yep. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, every single one of them. They're not going anywhere unless they get their snack. All right, guys. All right, you little monsters. Let me in. Wow, did you see that? She's trying to reach the snacks. She jumped. Okay, hold on, hold on. All right. I bring about half a cup, half of this. All right, behave. Someone just pecked someone else. There's Mala with her little red decoration on her beak. And here's Skara right there with the other one. That's the only thing that's keeping them from pecking all the others and pulling their feathers from the tails. That's Carmen, Guapo, Jefe, Bella, Ivana, and Tippy. Where is Tippy? Ooh, Tippy's a little hard to identify these days because she lost the white tips on her wing feathers. But I think it's yeah, I think it's this one over here. Hey, watch it. You want a close-up, El Guapo? You got it. Look at Carmen's colors. Isn't she beautiful? Golden Lace Wyandotte. What's up, Jefe? You want a close-up too? Well, you got it too. Now Lila, unlike the others, she always follows me to the gate. If I'm not careful, she will come out with me. Here it is, guys. My coffee for today. Actually, my second cup. And of course, you already know. Let's go outside for a second. Check out the garden, guys. From another angle. Wow. It's really growing. It hasn't rained in a few days. In about 3 days. So today I'm gonna water. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna take you down there. But first I'm gonna get some clips for the tomato plants. And here they are. Yeah, these come in really handy. Check it out, guys. My pigeon peas. Like I said earlier on a different video, only one plant died and all the others survived. So they're growing. They're definitely growing. I'm impressed. Peruvian corn in the back. The herb garden. Peppers. The super hots back there. I had to trim these squash leaves last night a little bit because it was getting out of control. And you can see some of the squash there and there. This one is getting big. Check it out. Nice. So I see this is a new flower. This is a female flower. You can tell because there's a little baby squash in the back. This opened today, but I want to pollinate it by hand. Actually, there's two. There's this one as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back this male flower here. There we go, guys. This is the male flower. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pollinate this one by hand to make sure that it survives. All right, that's done. And now I'm gonna do the other one. I can't, oh, there we go. I can barely see. All right, so they're both pollinated. My King Arthur peppers, they're growing. Sun-Guard tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. My jalapenos, they're getting big. There's lots of them. I see at least, I don't know, 30, 40 maybe. They're small now, but definitely growing. Swiss chard, it's out of control. That's a good thing. Kale as well. All right, let's go to the back here. My potatoes, onions, dahlias, and my acorn squash. This one, wow. I can see some acorn squashes all the way back there. Oh, they're getting big. And like I said on multiple videos, every time I come out here, I kid you not, these things are bigger and bigger. Look at that. There's two there. There's a bunch inside. But I have to make sure that I pollinate them by hand because there's not enough bees or insects to do the pollination here. That's what I noticed anyway. Yeah, these squash plants, they remind me of a song. Like, welcome to the jungle. All right, where are my squashes? There's another one down there. I pollinated that 2 days ago. There's a big one. I don't know if you can see it right down there. I pollinated that myself as well. And a whole bunch all over the place. Yeah, they're taking over this bed, but it's okay. I don't think those two cabbages in the back will make it because they're not getting enough sun. But that's fine because all the cabbages on the front will. And look how big these are. Wow. First year for cabbages, by the way. And we got the cucumbers here on this corner and another cherry tomato plant. And here we have the big tomatoes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these clips to tie them back to the pole a little bit, like so. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little difficult. Maybe not. There you go. All right, that way they grow straight out the pole. I'm gonna do the same to this one. This one has two stems. I'm gonna let it go. I let one of the suckers go on that one, but that's okay. There's plenty of room for all of them. Let me see, how do I, it's kind of far. Easy, right? Easy peasy. This one doesn't need it, it's too small. Maybe this one. There we go. And now they will all grow straight up the pole. So even though it hasn't rained in about 3 days, none of my plants look like they need water. So I just watered this bed. Now I'm gonna water the last tomatoes. Now in the mornings or during the day you can water from the top if you want to, but at night make sure that if you water only from the base, kind of like I did now. I could have watered from the top because it's during the day it's going to allow the leaves to dry, and that's going to prevent fungus and disease. So yeah, for the most part you want to water early in the day. And also if you have any leaves touching the soil, you want to cut them back too. You don't want anything touching the soil because that also promotes disease and fungus. Okay, so it's been a few hours and now I'm going to take down the plastic fence, the inside fence. But before I do, I'm going to feed them another snack, and this is dry larvae and dry grasshoppers. Oh, they're going to love that. Beep, 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 beep. They run. They know what's coming. Now this stuff, I don't spread it. I just put it right here on the floor and they come to it. There we go. So this is the interior fence, the green one. It's plastic. I may take it out up to that point, or maybe take the whole thing out all the way around. We'll see. Let's see how I feel. And once they're done with their snack, they go under the coop. Alright guys, so I just took that section out. I might as well just do the rest. Look at this guys, only 2 minutes later and they all came out to enjoy the grass. Yep, it's a hit. Alright guys, I took the entire fence down, the plastic fence. Now, as some of you know, I used these two 50-foot rolls to prevent the chickens from going through, because those have smaller holes than this one. And a few weeks ago, when these chicks were much smaller, they could go through these holes right there. So by putting that fence, that plastic fence in front of it, it prevented them from going out this one. So yeah, they served their purpose. I'm gonna save them just in case I may need them in the future. You never know. I'm gonna leave the T-post in place for now, but what I want to do in the next day or two is I want to move this fence over that way, or I can move it that way into greenery, because right here they scratched everything and they killed all the weeds, all the plants. So yeah, at least once every 2 weeks I want to move it either that way, or that way, so they can go into green pasture. Now the question remains, will they go through these small holes? I doubt it. They're quite big now. But they may go through these on top, but unlikely. Okay, so I'm gonna energize the fence now. Some of them may feel the shock and learn to respect it. Let's see. It's on. There we go. Ah, that was Bella, the red one. She jumped. She felt it. Took a second. The others are close, but they haven't touched the fence with their beaks. Once they touch it with their beaks, they're gonna feel it. If they touch the fence with their feathers, they won't feel it at all. They have to touch it either with their feet or with their beaks. Even in the hard times,